In this video, we will be talking a little about printing and sharing through layouts in ArcGIS. So if you already have a map, a base map that you have some data on, you might need to export that as a PDF. And the best way to do that is creating a layout and then export that layout as a PDF. In order to create a layout, you go to the Insert tab and click on New Layout. This will give you a bunch of different types of paper sizes. In our case, let's start with a tabloid 1117 landscape. You can see I have portrait, landscape, and then all different sorts of paper. But let's start with this 1117 landscape. Now, as soon as I have done that, you see I have a layout folders available to me. And over there I have this layout named as layout. So I can change that, right click and rename, and then name that layout underscore template, because I might need to reuse this over and over and over again, and I don't want to create all the different types of layout for different maps. So here I should create margins. The best way to do that is right click and add guide, or add multiple guides, because I want margins all through. And then instead of single location, I'll create offset from edge and hit on both, and then create my margin size as 2.25 inches. So hit OK, and I have 1/4 inch margins all around. That is great. Now, if I want to create an offset of my margin, what I can also do is I can right click, or I can add guide, and that would create a guide over there, but I might not want that, so right click and delete guides, or Ctrl Z and right click and add multiple guides, and I want a horizontal, and instead of single location I want offset from edge. I want that horizontal, and let's create offset as 1 inch. So now I have that where I can put down my text and different types of legends. I think 2 would be better. So let's do that. Let's create that over here. I can just drag from here, and that creates a nice margin. That is great. And I don't want that, so I'll remove my guide. So that's my margin. Great, all about margins. Now I want to get my map that I created for over here inside here. How do I do that? So I'll click on map frame and then get the map that I have created over here. And then I can click from corner to corner to create the map frame window. So that gives me the map that I have just created. It's also great that it creates the citation directly. So all the data that I have used is directly cited within the map. That is great. Now, if I don't want this specific region, I can right click and make it activated. And then I can zoom in any way I want. Usually you should not keep this as fractions. You should like make full numbers, so maybe 16,000 would be the number that I want, and then like maybe something like this. Now I can move the map and my layout will be fixed. So let's close it. In order to get back to your template, you can just close this, and then you can have access to your layout. Great. I can do a lot of different stuff. I can add text. So this for me was City of Lubbock zoning. So I can write that text. So here I can just create a text window and give the name of the map. So City of Lubbock zoning map. Great. I can go to this text window, text tab, and change text size. So let's make that a little smaller, maybe 30. Let's make that into something else, and yeah, that might be great. So I'll hit OK. or click outside, and then that would make my text fixed. I can also insert scales. So here I have different types of scales. I can just click on any. This would respond to my map. And here I have my scales. You can see it's in miles. So if I don't want that, I should double click on this. And instead of my map units for miles, I can make it into feet. So here I have feet, and this responds directly with my map. Awesome. What I can also do is I can create a north arrow. So here I have different styles of north arrow. And then I can just do that. You can see it's a little tilted because it's directly working with the map, and the map is set to WGS, which is right now at this point a little tilted. That's why north arrow is a little tilted, and it's responsive. This is great. So I can write texts that way, I can create my map scales this way, and I can also create annotations in different ways. I can create text boxes if I want to. What's important for us is to create a legend. So in order to create a legend, I can just click over here and see what legend style I might like. So let's say I want the first one, and then I drag and drop a rectangle, and there I have my legends. So that's how you can essentially create a very basic layout that you can print from. So now if I want to print this, all I need to do is go to share, and then I can export layout. And as soon as I click that, my export layout pops up, and this I can just print it as a PDF and save it to a folder that I want to. I can save it inside my folder and name a new folder as prints. So let's hit save, and I can just save or export my file. Instead of layout template, I can name this as Lubbock underscore zoning and hit export. So that would give me a nice clean PDF file, which is very high resolution. And I could also change the quality to max, but right now I think this is good. So let's see the PDF. So here you can see this is the PDF that we have exported from ArcGIS. It's extremely high resolution, and also it's vector, so you can zoom in as much as you want and it won't pixelate. So this is great. If I had any imagery, still I believe with this scale nothing would pixelate because all the imagery that we have shown how to download are very high resolution, so you can use this. So you can see these are all very high resolution, all authoritative and presentable. You have all your legends, although you should create rectangles to kind of like differentiate your legend from your map, but essentially this is how you do it. So have fun.